This is a picture of a guy named Doug Wilson. Doug is now retired, but for many years he was the vice president of human resources at a company that has a manufacturing plant with about 1,000 employees in a rural area of Indiana. And as is the case with many companies, this particular company called Hillenbrand was seeing its health insurance costs just skyrocket every year, year after year after year. Huge amount of money going in to the health insurance. At the same time, they actually did a little survey of their employees, and they discovered that their employees were not nearly as healthy as would have been, ideal for them to be. There was many employees who were not involved in any kind of preventative or wellness care. Many employees who didn't really go to the doctor that often, even when they really needed to, because they're hourly workers, and to take off work, drive an hour to the doctor, sit in the doctor's office forever, drive all the way back. It was a lot of time that they were missing from there. So unless they were really, really sick, they weren't going to the doctor. And even though they had pretty decent health insurance from the company, sometimes the copays for their prescription medicines were difficult for them to manage. And so for all these reasons, the employees were not as healthy. So here you have a company with huge healthcare costs, and yet the employees aren't that healthy. Well, Doug, to make a very long and complicated story much shorter, Doug partnered with a nonprofit organization that helps businesses set up on-site health and wellness clinics right there on the compound of the manufacturing facility. And over time, he developed this proposal, and he took it to the board of directors and his bosses and the people higher up, and basically made the case that the investment to establish one of these on-site health and wellness clinics with its own pharmacy, with its own x-ray technician, with its own general practice doctors, that yes, this was going to cost a significant amount of money, but that their financial projections were suggesting that after 3 years, the company would break even on that investment, and then in the future years, they would actually make money because the employees would be healthier, they'd be more productive, and the overall health insurance costs would go down. All of that happened, except that it all happened in year 1, not in year 4. They actually came out $300,000 ahead in the very first year. So Doug Wilson loved his neighbor, i.e. his coworkers. And he was used by God to bring a foretaste of health and wholeness to those coworkers.